Okay, so in this video, we're going to extend our understanding of long multiplication. So if we start off with one that we're familiar with, let's do something like 176, and I'm going to multiply that by 3, okay? So we start off and we do 3 times 6 gives us 18. So the 1 comes up here above the 7 and the 8 underneath. Then we do 3 times 7 gives us 21. And then we have to make sure that we add this 1 to give us 22. So the 2 up here and then 22 like that. And 3 times 1 gives us 3, but we add the 2. Okay, so 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 is 5. So our final answer is 528. But what do we do when we have more than one digit on the bottom here? So we've got something like 24 or 77 or 86. Well, it becomes a little bit trickier. So let's take a look at an example, and hopefully it's not too scary, and we'll be able to work our way through it. So let's take a look at something like 64 or 65 times by 23. Okay? The idea is that we're going to deal with the 3 first, and then we're going to come over and deal with the 2. But everything works the same. So we'll start off with the 3 first. So we do 3 times 5 is 15. So the 1 up there and the 5 down there. And then the 3 times 6 is 18, plus the 1 gives us 19. And then that's our 3 done. We've finished with that 3. Okay, so we can rub everything out. The 3's finished, and we get rid of all of that. We're now going to have a look at the number 2. But before we do the number 2, we put a 0 here underneath this 5. So we look at the number 2, and we do 2 times 5 is 10. So 1, 0 for 10. And 2 times 6 is 12, plus 1 is 13. So 13. We then add these numbers together. So 5 plus 0 is 5, 9 plus 0 is 9, 1 plus 3 is 4, and 0 plus 1 is 1. And our final answer is 1,495. So let's take a look at another example to get the hang of this. Okay, let's do something like 79 times by 14. Okay, so similar idea. We're going to deal with the 4 first, and then we're going to deal with the 1. So let's start off with the 4. So we do 4 times 9 is 36. And then we do 4 times 7 gives us 28. But then we have to make sure we add on the 3 to give us 31. And then we've finished with the 4. The 4's done. Okay, so let's rub all of that out to do with the 4. We're finished with the 4. We're now going to do the number 1. But before we do the number 1, we put a 0 here underneath the 6. That's an important step. We now do 1 times 9 gives us 9. And 1 times 7 gives us 7. So we add these numbers together, okay? And we end up with 6 plus 0 is 6. 1 plus 9 is 10. So we do 7 plus 3 plus the 1 that we've carried gives us 11. So our final answer, 79 times 14, is 1,106. Okay, so hopefully not too scary. Now, the same idea extends into, we can have as many digits as we want along the top here. We just keep doing the 4 to the 9, the 4 to the 7, and then it just carries on along the line. So let's take a look at an example like that. Let's say that we've got something along the lines of 3,942, and we're going to multiply that by 63. Okay, well, we're going to deal with the 3 first, and then we're going to deal with the 6, so nothing changes. So 3 times 2 gives us 6. 3 times 4 gives us 12, and we're going to carry the 1, 12 like that. 3 times 9 is 27, plus the 1 to give us 28. Carry the 2. 3 times 3 is 9, plus the 2 for 11. Okay, we're now finished with the 3. We're going to move on to the 6 now. So we can rub everything out, and we're going to move on to the 6. But before we do the 6, we're going to put a 0 down here in this column. So 6 times 2 is 12. So carry the 1, 12 like that. 6 times 4 is 24, plus the 1 is 25. So carry the 2, 25. 6 times 9 is 54, plus the 2 for 56, carrying the 5. 6 times 3 is 18, plus the 5 gives us 23. Okay, we then simply add these numbers up. So 6 plus 0 is 6, 2 plus 2 is 4, 8 plus 5 is 13. So we carry the 1. 6 plus 1 is 8. 3 plus 1 is 4. And 2 plus nothing is 2. And this is our final answer. So 3,942 multiplied by 63 gives us, what's that? 248,346. So that's extending our understanding of long multiplication into situations where we have more than one digit on the bottom here. More than one digit. Okay?